Hi guys, welcome to another unboxing video. So today we have the mid-ranger from Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro. This is the new entry of Samsung in the mid-ranger segment. The one thing that I really like about this phone is the price. It's really not too much of an high price phone. As you can see that this phone is selling at 41,700 as indicated on the label, but this is not the market price. You can get this phone online for 36,900. 36,900 is the current market price of this phone, and this is a huge phone. The selling point of this phone is that the huge 4000 milliamp hour battery that we get. It's a full HD Samsung AMOLED display that comes up with a pixel density of 377 pixels per inch. We have 64 gigs of onboard storage. You have 6 gigs of RAM supporting the phone, and we have selected the black variant. As you can see guys, this is the black variant phone. It's also available in the gold color, but I decided to go with the black variant. So let's start the unboxing guys. So just to keep you guys informed, a little safety alert: please be careful whenever you use sharp blades or knives. Please be a little extra cautious, and everything should be fine. Feels good unboxing a new phone. So just removing the protective covering. So finally guys, I've opened up the phone. Wow, seriously, this phone fits perfect in the box. You can see there's no gap in between. Really looks light even though it's a 6-inch phone, so let's keep that aside for the time being. And as usual, we will get the regular leaflets about the phone manual, the warranty card. I will not be able to open that, but let's actually look at this. This OTG cable is very much frequent from the time S7 was released last year. Most of the Samsung phones, you're getting this OTG cable. It's very nice. We also get a regular earphones, the in-ear earphones. You have a single button to pick and end the calls. You also have these volume buttons. It's very nice. Okay, now here's the deal breaker guys. This is a fast charging phone. As you can see, the voltage readings here is 9 volts at 0.5 amps. You have the 0.5 milliamps of input, and you have a range of 9 volts at a max of 2 amps. So this is an 18 watt adapter, and like you can see, it's fast charging. So what else do we get? The regular cable, but a little bit standardized version. There's no more USB cable. It's a USB type C, as you guys can see. So that's all guys from the box. So let's keep this aside, and here's the first boot of the phone. See, the phone has finally booted. As you can see, I really love the display. This AMOLED display shows up a lot of punchy colors. And before we further begin, let me give you a physical overview of this phone. At the top we have the front facing 16 megapixel f1.9 aperture selfie camera. You have the active fingerprint scanner at the bottom, and for a change we do have a backlit capacitive keys, which is quite good to see on a Samsung phone. On the right we have the phone SIM ejector tool. You have two openings, as you can see. One is for a dual SIM slot and one is for the dedicated external memory card slot. We also have the power on and off button on the right. So on the left we have the volume rockers, and on the top we have the secondary noise cancellation earphone. At the bottom we have the 3.5 mm jack, the USB Type-C connector, and the bottom firing speaker along with the primary microphone. So moving on, let me give you a software info of this phone. As you can see that this phone is running on the Snapdragon 652 chipset. It is an Octa Core chipset with 4 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz and 4 cores clocked at 1.4 GHz. And this phone is supported by the Adreno 510 GPU. We can have a load of sensors that are bunched in this system. So out of the 64 gigs of inbuilt storage that we get, we have 51.58 gigs of inbuilt storage free to use. And this phone is currently running on the Android version 6.0.1, and we have a lot of Wi-Fi improvements on this phone. The current download speed that we can get on this dual band Wi-Fi network is the 300 Mbps band, and like you guys know, this phone supports a large 4000 mAh battery. One thing for sure is this phone is packed with a lot of sensors. It includes the gyroscope sensor, the motion detector sensor, whatnot all. There's so many sensors, 19 sensors to be exact on this phone. The most improvement on this phone basically is that this phone comes with a lot of options that are quite frequent. Like for example, the always on display that is currently on, we can also turn it off right here from the drop down menu. We have the blue light filter, which is the night mode for Samsung, and we have a bunch of quick settings. Like you can see that we can search any information directly from the drop down menu. This phone also supports NFC, and so let's actually look at the software status of this phone. This phone is having the Android security patch level with the January 1st update. We did get a few updates, but I kind of skipped that. So we will be updating this phone shortly. And yeah, that's pretty much of the software configuration of this phone. And let's actually see how quickly does it load a few basic games, and let's actually put that camera to test. I seriously love the front facing camera because it has excellent selfies, so I would definitely put that to test. So let's run a game, Subway Surfers. Okay, there's a few disclaimers that I need to click on. Seriously love the display. It's quite bright. Didn't expect it to be much. As you guys can see that the game did load fast. So let's actually fire up the camera app and see how good is the 16 megapixel back camera. Okay, next, got it. Okay, cool. So adaptive focus is already there with the brightness set to auto. So let's take a few snaps. Okay, let me actually move a bit and see how quick is the focus. Let's see how the photos actually come. Clarity is a little bit blurred, maybe due to the depth of my hand that might be shaking. The first image did come out bright, as you guys can see. It's perfectly sharp, vivid images. So you will not have any trouble on the photo. You guys can see, until and unless your hands are perfectly still, you will not get a clear image. So please keep your hands sturdy, and the shutter speed is very accurate, very fast and responsive. A little bit of noise is there, so the lack of OIS is the main cause for this. So let's actually move in and see how does it do. Okay, let's focus. Okay, let's take another shot. So like you guys can see, focus is good. However, we do find a bit of noise when we zoom in onto the image. So you do have a lot of noise on that, so it's because of the low lighting inbuilt light conditions. But in outdoor, the camera will work definitely fine. You will not have any trouble in taking photos outdoor. So we will put this camera to test and definitely check the front facing camera and the video in the full review, which will come out shortly. So that's it guys for the Samsung C9 Pro. It's one gorgeous phone, to be honest. It's quite light. It's not that like you can say bulky. It's quite ergonomic as well. So please mention in the comments what would you like to see in the full review. I'll be testing this phone with a bunch of heavy games, a few apps, and we'll also post a few camera samples. So please do like, share and subscribe to our channel to be tuned to the updates that we might roll out, and looking forward to see you guys in the next video. Take care.